Hi, it's Sarah here. How are you doing? I hope you're having a fantastic day today. We play various roles in our life. We can play the role of being a mother, a father, daughter, son, sister, a brother, etc. But we also play roles of a particular personality. For example, the victim, or a martyr, or a persecutor. And if any of those resonate with you, there are talks on my Facebook page about those. Today we're going to be talking about playing the role of the rescuer. So we are here to step into being the divine being that we really are and to play the role of being this divine being. But what happens is through our conditioning, which is the way we've been brought up, through our belief system, through our traumatic experiences and through our relationships, we can develop these coping mechanisms which then cause us to slip into these roles. So what are the symptoms of being a rescuer? Well, the first one is that you spend a lot of time imagining how you're going to help people or how you're going to help animals, and this imagining gives you a sense of achievement and it gives you a thrill. Secondly, you may find you have lots of people dependent on you already. You might find it hard watching people struggle, so you always step in to help and do it for them. You might have a household already full of pets. You might find that you are doing lots of work clearing and healing yourself, but you don't seem to get anywhere, and that's because you are always taking on other people's stuff. That might be consciously or unconsciously. You might be an overbearing parent. You might choose relationships with others who are needy. So say for example, they might be alcoholics, they may be other addicts, they may always play the role of being a child, etc. Or they may just need a lot of your attention. And it feels like that's your mission to help them, to change them and to heal them, but that often means it can end up with you being resentful. You may be stressed or burnt out because you're actually spending a lot of your time healing and helping others. Now, if you have a predominantly feminine energies, you may be a nurturing person. If you have mainly masculine energies, you might find that you are mainly a protective person, and this is fine, this is normal, but when it's an issue, when it's too much, and when it's too much, it's not healthy because you're actually creating people being dependent on you, which is causing them to be victims, and that means they can't look after themselves. You may be over controlling. You may always jump to people's defense. You may obsess over other people's problems. You might find it difficult to say no. So they're just some of the symptoms that you can have if you're playing the role of the rescuer. So why does playing the rescuer start? Well, often it starts in childhood. Usually it starts in childhood. One of the main reasons it starts is if you have not had enough attention, if you've gone through some neglect, some abandonment, some rejection, and then you slip into this role of the rescuer to feel needed, to feel wanted, to feel valued and acknowledged, and to feel significant. It's a deep need in you to be acknowledged. It can also start if you're a child and one of your parents either dies or doesn't fulfill their role, and you might step into that missing space. You might step up to being your mother and a father purely for survival of yourself or survival of your family. It can also start if you have a family member or a close friend, or you're in a relationship with somebody who is already playing the role of victim big time, and they're always telling their story. That can cause you to slip into the role of being the rescuer. Because of playing the role of the victim and playing the role of the rescuer depend on each other. Now obviously if you see a person or an animal in need, I'm not saying don't help them. Obviously you do need to step in. If there's somebody that needs help, there's an animal in trouble, yes, definitely step in and help. And donate to charity, that's absolutely fantastic. Or donate your time, that's absolutely fantastic. But the issue is, if you're using the role of rescuer to fill that void of not feeling enough, not feeling lovable, having no self-worth, that's when it's a problem. It's a problem when your worth depends on how much you are helping or rescuing people. Because what happens is you're going to end up ignoring your own needs. You won't be doing your own healing and looking at yourself because you're going to be too busy looking at other people. And you're encouraging other people to be victims, to be dependent on you when you're playing the role of the rescuer, and that's not healthy for them either, because you're stopping them stepping up and learning. So I played the role of a rescuer for a long time. I always dreamed of having a rescue centre for horses. I was horse mad, and I ended up rescuing 2 horses and had them for a long time. But then I had to finally acknowledge that having a horse rescue centre was not my path, and I had to let it go. So I do know what it feels like to play the role of a rescuer. I used to dream about rescuing horses, but the trouble is, what happens is, where your attention goes, your energy flows, and you end up creating the scenario that you are thinking about. So even if you're not rescuing something at the moment, if you are spending a lot of time imagining it, telling that story over and over in your head, you're actually going to create that scenario. So you are going to find that something pops into your reality to rescue, because that's what you've been dreaming about. I had another situation where I was in a town in America that was quite poor. People didn't have very much money, and I used to dream that these people in front of me in the checkout in the supermarket would say, "Oh, look, this is too much for us. We haven't got enough money for this." And I was going to step in and go, "Oh, let me pay for your groceries." And I used to think about this and, playing this superhero. And because I used to think about it a lot, it actually happened. These people in the checkout in front of me couldn't pay for their groceries. And I stepped up and said, "Let me pay for them." And I did. But actually, they were very embarrassed about it. And it really didn't fulfill my need of stepping up and being a superhero. And it certainly wasn't a great way to validate myself. So you have to know that you are not responsible for healing and saving the planet, okay? You might have a big role to play in it, yes, but it is not your responsibility. So let that go. It is not another soul's growth, a person or an animal, is not your responsibility. Everyone is God in human form. Everyone is a divine being. They're very capable, and they've actually chosen their experiences for their best growth and their best learning. Okay, so you're not responsible for another soul's learning and growth. Everyone is a powerful being. So how are some ways to help yourself if you're playing the victim? Well, first of all, awareness is key. So walk around with a notebook in your pocket for a few weeks. See how you're playing the role of rescuer. Look at how you relate to other people. Seeing when you're stepping in and rescuing people. Look at the amount of time you're spending imagining about helping people or animals. Look at what you're telling yourself. How are you reacting to yourself? What are you telling yourself? What reasons are you giving yourself that you want to do this? Also, spend a bit of time looking at other people's relationships and see if you can spot the victim rescuer role. Because once you know about it, you'll find that you can see it in other people. So look out for it too, and that's a great way to learn. So one of the best ways you can help humanity or the planet, if that's a big need in you, is to actually do your own healing, because we all share a collective consciousness, and what you heal in yourself, you are actually healing from others anyway. So it is vitally important that you spend time healing yourself before you start to try and help others. Find other ways to know how worthy and deserving you are without being a rescuer. So look back at your life, look back at what you've done, and be proud of your experiences that you've gone through. Be proud of the challenges that you've gone through, and be proud of what you've achieved when you haven't been playing the rescuer role. Okay, so sit down, give yourself half an hour and sit down and look back at your life and give yourself a pat on the back for what you've been through. One of the best ways to know that you deserve is to give yourself small treats every now and again and just say, I deserve this. I deserve this. They haven't got to be big, but just small treats, and just, you just can keep telling yourself, I deserve this. One of the best ways to know you're worthy is to know your divinity. So you are God in human form. And there is a talk on my Facebook page about knowing your divinity, but one of the ways to do it is to look in a mirror and look into your eyes without judgment, and just let your gaze go gentle. And then after a while, you will be able to feel this amazing inner beauty come up, your true divine self. There are other ways, for example, sitting quietly, shutting your eyes and expanding your energy so you're bigger and bigger and eventually becoming infinite, but then bring your awareness back to your body and ground yourself. You can also go inside yourself, go down into your heart center and step back and find and feel the gentle, beautiful being that you are. You'll feel love and peace down there. Feel that love and peace surrounding you, and then imagine it or feel it in other people too. Okay, so they're just some ways of knowing your divinity, because when you really know you are God in human form, you realize that you are an amazing divine being, and that's really knowing your worth. Let go of any judgments or beliefs you've got about yourself, because they're not the real you. If you really have a big desire to help, just sit down quietly, shut your eyes and ask, just say, God, how can I serve? Okay, and just see what inspiration you get. You might find, you might receive a message. So you might see an image, or you might have a voice in your head pointing you in a particular direction. Or you may find things pop up, like the 3 people point you to a particular movie or a particular book, or you keep seeing a slogan on a t-shirt that resonates with you, something like that. Or sometimes you can get messages in dreams too. So just be open to what you experience. Self-forgiveness and self-love are really important. Again, there are talks on my Facebook page about those. And have a look at your beliefs. Now, the way to look at your beliefs, because we have a lot of beliefs that we don't know about. Some of them are beliefs we do obviously know, but a lot of them we don't know. A lot of them were formed in childhood and we're not aware of them. So the best way to work out your belief system is to look at your thoughts and feelings. A belief is formed by a thought you have over and over again, or something that you are imagining by seeing it happen over and over again in your head. And then that forms this belief. And the beliefs are stored in your subconscious mind. Some of them lie dormant until they are triggered. Some of them are constantly going. So say you had a belief, say you didn't have much attention as a child, and so then you came to the conclusion, the judgment, that you weren't worthy of love or attention. So you have this belief going round and round in your head. It's playing as a mind tape over and over again that you're not worthy. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy, etc., etc. Now you can't hear it consciously, fortunately, because you can imagine 100 of these mind tapes going all at once. But what can hear them is your body. Your body has its own awareness and consciousness. Your body also acts a bit like your subconscious mind. Now, your body and your subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between what is true and what is not. They're basically full of what you program them with. So your body is hearing this belief, I'm not worthy, I'm not worthy. As I said, your body has its own consciousness and awareness, so your body actually thinks, oh my gosh, I'm not worthy. And so if something happens in your life when someone's trying to give you something, or you're setting out to achieve something, your body's going to come up with this, I'm not worthy. And your body will start to feel fearful, because your body actually fears rejection and abandonment. It is an innate fear of your body to feel rejection and abandonment, because if you were rejected or abandoned as a child, it would mean that you would die. Excuse me, I've had a cold, so I've got my voice is going a little bit. So your body feels this fear of abandonment and rejection, you know. Okay, she or he wants to do this, but we're not worthy of this, so blah, blah, blah. And then your ego mind picks up on your body's fear. And there's a part of your ego called your id. And your id is responsible for your safety. And so your ego picks up. Your ego is your personality, mind. It's not the real you, it's your personality, what you've programmed it with, basically. And it picks up on this body's fear. And it then feels threatened. It feels that you are under threat, and it wants to keep you safe. So what happens is your ego will start to produce feelings of unworthiness, maybe undeserving, of anxiety or fear, to stop you stepping out into a position where you might be, somebody might abandon you or neglect you. And your ego will also come up with the what ifs in your mind. What if this happens? What if that happens? So you end up not doing it. You end up staying small and stuck. And it's all because of that belief of being unworthy. So our beliefs actually dictate our lives, dictate how much peace, love, joy, abundance, fulfillment, everything that we are going to experience. So for a couple of weeks or even longer, walk around with a notebook in your pocket. Note your thoughts and what you are imagining, because they are creating your belief system. Notice how you relate to others, how you talk to yourself. Notice what triggers off what thought. You know, did a thought come from a memory? What thought did you have about that memory? And then change your thoughts to something positive. If you've had a thought that is restricting or limiting, you can just simply say, God, please cancel that thought and stop that pathway, and then replace it with a new one. Also look at your emotions, your feelings. Okay, normally what happens is if you have a thought, you get an emotion attached to it. This emotion might be happiness or joy, or it might be fear or anger, something like that. So look at what thoughts are triggering what emotions. If we have an emotion that we feel strongly over and over again, it can become stuck emotional energy in our energy field and in our physical body. And once it's in our physical body, it gets locked into the cells, and it can create health problems, but it will also dictate to how we respond to situations. It will push us to respond in a certain way. So it is important to clear this stuck emotional energy from your body, your energy fields. And we will be doing that in the Christ unwinding technique at the end. But another way to do it is, if you feel an emotion, first of all, just take a step back if you can. Okay, what triggered this emotion? Was it this memory? How can this emotion serve me to work out what my belief system is? And then you can simply say, this emotion of, say, anger, this emotion of anger, it's not me, it's not mine. I feel it, I honor it, and I let it go with love. Angels, please take it away. Okay, the best time to clear this stuck emotional energy is when you are feeling it. So you can simply use that saying. Another thing you can do is, I was thinking there's something else I was going to add there. It was beliefs. So when you've worked out your belief system, change any limiting ones. So it takes months to bring in a new belief, okay? If it's a one you've held in childhood and you're 50, it can take you a really long time. If it's like a fairly new belief, maybe 3 or 4 weeks, but a deeply held core belief about yourself can take a long time. And what you need to do is say, if you had this belief, I'm not worthy, you're going to change it to I am worthy. And you are going to say it over and over again. You're going to write it down over and over again. You're going to sing it over and over again. Read it over and over again. So stick it on post-it notes and stick them around your house. You can record it on your phone and have it playing to you through the night. You can set it up as a screensaver on your computer, set it up as a pop-up reminder on your phone, etc. Just see it in as many ways as you can. See it and think it and read it, etc. So another thing you can do is self-praise. Self-praise is great. Say if you've got a couple of minutes in the morning or in the evening, or if you're out for a walk or something, spend a few minutes just saying, I am worthy, I am deserving, I am significant, I matter, I am valued, I do have value, I am smart, I'm intelligent, I'm beautiful inside and out, I'm talented. Okay? Just give yourself lots of good I ams. The one thing I wouldn't do is compare and judge yourself to another person. So don't use I'm important or I'm special, because then you are causing separateness between you and somebody else, and you are either putting yourself on a pedestal or putting them down. Okay? So don't say I'm important or special, because then you are causing that. But I am beautiful, I am valued, I am value, I am of value, I do matter, etc. over and over again. I am enough and I am lovable just as I am. I am safe. Okay? You can also record those on a phone, and if you sit quietly, just look straight ahead, put your head straight ahead. But what you can do is roll your eyes up as if you were looking up to your hair. Just taking 3 deep breaths with your eyes up, and then with your eyes up you shut your eyelids, and then you just let your eyes relax and let your head relax. And what you've done then is you've put yourself in the brainwave, the theta alpha brainwave, which we use for hypnotizing people. So you can put yourself in kind of this self-hypnotic role and then play your recording on your phone. I am beautiful, I am enough, I'm God in human form, etc., etc. And when you're in this theta brainwave, it is the best brainwave for changing your belief system, or bringing in these new beliefs. You can do some work on your inner child. Now, your inner child is that part of you that feels vulnerable and afraid. So imagine them sitting on your lap, aged around 7. If there's something happened to you, like age 3, you would imagine yourself age 3. If something happened to you age 33, you imagine yourself standing in front of you age 33. But if not, imagine you sitting on your lap aged around 7. And you are going to stroke their hair, stroke their back, and you're going to tell them how much you love them. You're going to tell them how much that you mean to them. Tell them how much you love being their parent. You are going to reassure them over and over again how worthy and deserving they are and how safe they are. Okay? One of the main things they need to know is they are safe and they are worthy and deserving. But if you have a belief, say you had a belief that you were ugly, you're going to make sure you keep telling this inner child that they're beautiful. So what happens is, whatever you tell this inner child, and it's great if you can spend a few minutes every day doing it, eventually you're going to have that positive self-talk coming back at you rather than the negative self-talk. Now, if you have found yourself taking on other people's stuff, which you can do if you're an empath, or if you're playing the role of a rescuer or a martyr, you can be taking on everybody else's stuff to heal and clear for them. So what you can do simply quite a few times a day is, and again, maybe you want to set a reminder on your phone, is what you can say is, whatever I have picked up from somebody else, or you can say, whatever is not mine, I send back to whom it belongs to, with love and consciousness attached. So whatever I'm clearing on behalf of somebody else, I send back with love and consciousness attached. Okay? It is not your responsibility to be clearing and healing everybody else. Now, having said that, if you are absolutely wonderful, full of joy, you're completely healed, you might want to spend a bit of time just doing a little bit of healing and clearing everybody else on a general as a general healing of humanity. Or you might have a family member you want to do a little bit of clearing and healing on. But really you should ask that person's permission, or you should ask their higher self's permission. And if you get a no, then obviously don't. If you do, then that's fine. But what the problem is, if you're being a rescuer, is that you are just piling it on you, so you don't get a chance to heal and clear yourself because you're doing everybody else's work for them. You can also ask the angelic realm at night to help clear this stuck emotional energy from your body and energy field, simply by saying, as you're going to sleep, angels, please put your energies through me and around me and clear this stuck emotional energy from my body and energy field. You might feel a little jolt at night. It's just like in a dream where you're walking down the steps and you miss a step and your leg jerks. It's exactly the same thing. That is stuck emotional energy leaving your body. Okay, so you might feel a bit of jolting going on. You might just feel a bit of warmth or a bit of tingling, or you might not feel anything. But if you've asked, then just rest assured that you will be receiving it, as long as you let them in and help you. You can intend and choose. Now, I like to use the saying, with the power of God that I am, I intend, choose and pray for or to something. So you can say, with the power of God that I am, I intend, choose and pray to stop playing the role of the rescuer. With the power of God that I am, I intend, choose and pray to end the struggle and have ease. With the power of God that I am, I intend and choose and pray to stop being a path. Now, that sounds a bit odd, but it's actually something I heard myself say to myself. It came up from deep within for me to say, so I just thought I'd throw that one at you. And I think being a path means stopping people using you to get from A to B. We can, if we're playing the role of rescuer, we don't have enough self-love, or we have some unforgiveness towards ourselves, we can actually open ourselves up to harbour entities that are ghosts, people that have passed on, and they like to attach themselves to an energy field where they can use other people's energy. So you can, if that's you and you know about it, you can intend, choose and pray to stop being a path. You can also say, with the power of God that I am, I intend, choose and pray to stop taking on other people's stuff. Right? You can intend and choose and pray for anything. That's just a few examples. You can pray for help. You can pray for help for anything. But Spirit especially love when you pray for help, clearing and healing yourself and stepping into your divinity. You can, if you find you're being a rescuer to a particular person, and they are playing the role of victim, step back and see what happens. Now, they might get angry because they've been dependent on you, and all of a sudden you've pulled out your being a rescuer. So what you might have to do is do it really gradually and gently. Obviously, don't leave people in the lurch. Don't leave people that are unsafe, or they're really going to struggle, or they're going to be destitute or something like that. I'm not saying that. If that's the case, then just slowly start walking backwards. Okay, slowly stopping playing the role of the rescuer. But just be prepared. They might get angry with you because it's been a bit cushy for them if they've been relying on you. Okay, so we are going to use the crisis unwinding technique. If I can find a piece of paper. Yep. So the crisis unwinding technique is a technique I developed with Yeshua, who's Jesus, a few years ago. And what it does is help bring in empowering beliefs, and it helps clear that stuck emotional energy from your energy field and from your physical body. It doesn't matter whether you're an atheist or what religion you are, the Christ light is source energy, and which is God, and is going to help everybody. So all you need to do is shut your eyes and then just say, I call on the Christ's light to help me. And what you're going to do with your eyes shut is you're going to see some sentences form in front of your eyes. Okay, so they're going to look as though they're on the inside of your forehead. Now, it doesn't matter if your spelling's not very good, it's your intention that counts. As long as you know what the words say, that's absolutely fine. It does work better if you can actually see the words rather than imagine them. If you can't see them, you can tell yourself, it is safe for me to see my sentences. It is safe for me to see my words. Because what happens is if your mind is deeming this as unsafe, you will have trouble seeing them. So you can just keep telling yourself, it's safe for me to see my sentences, to read them. But if you have to imagine them, that's fine, and that's better than nothing, but it just does work a bit better. You're giving yourself that extra way to bring in that belief. So with your eyes shut, you are just going to see these words. I am worthy, comma, deserving, comma, enough, and lovable, just as I am. So I am worthy, deserving, enough, and lovable, just as I am. I came here to have ease, peace, joy, love, and abundance. So I came here to have love, joy, ease, peace, and abundance. And then, keeping your eyes shut, you're just going to see those sentences go up, and they're going to start going around your brain, left and right, in and out, backwards and forwards, around and around. Seeing if you can read them as they're going around. I am worthy and deserving, lovable and enough, just as I am. I came here to have love, joy, ease, peace, and abundance. And just seeing them going around and around, up and down, backwards and forwards. And then you're going to see your sentences start to spiral down through your head, down through your face, down through your throat, seeing your sentences spiral down through the middle of your chest. Just seeing if you can read them or just repeat them over and over again. I am worthy, deserving, lovable, and enough, just as I am. I came here to have love, joy, ease, peace, and abundance. And see your sentences spiraling down the middle of your belly, the middle of your pelvis, and then your sentences are going to spiral down in between your legs. Okay, again, seeing your sentences, seeing if you can read them. I am worthy and deserving, lovable and enough, just as I am. I came here to experience love, joy, ease, peace, and abundance. And then seeing your sentence, you can either see them shooting off into the air or going into the ground, whichever you prefer. And then with your eyes shut, you're going to repeat your seeing your sentences. So I am worthy, deserving, lovable and enough, just as I am. I came here to have love, joy, ease, peace, and abundance. And this time you're going to see your sentence, it's going to go up your left hand. So see it spiraling up your left hand, up your left arm, over your left elbow, up your upper arm. And when they reach your shoulder, just see them spiraling across the top of your back to your right shoulder. Reading them as they're going across. I am worthy, deserving, lovable and enough, just as I am. And once they've reached your right shoulder, you're just going to see them going back to your left one. And as they go back, you can see your other sentence. I came here to have love, joy, ease, peace, and abundance. And then when they've reached back to your left shoulder, just see them spiraling down the left side of your chest, nice and slowly over your heart. I am worthy, deserving, lovable and enough, just as I am. See your sentence spiral down the left side of your belly. I came here to have love, joy, ease, peace, and abundance. And then seeing your sentence go down the left side of your pelvis. Down your left thigh. Over your left knee, down your left calf, down your left foot, and then you can either see them going off into the air or down into the ground. And then with your eyes shut still, you're going to repeat that. So reading your sentences again. I am worthy, deserving, lovable and enough, just as I am. I came here to have love, joy, ease, peace and abundance. And then this time you're going to see your sentences go up your right hand and arm. So seeing them spiral up your right hand, up your right arm, over your right elbow, over your right upper arm, and then when they reach your right shoulder, spiraling them across the top of your back. I am worthy, deserving, lovable and enough, just as I am. And when you've reached your left shoulder, spiral them back to your right one. I came here to have love, joy, ease, peace and abundance. And then seeing them, once they reach your right shoulder, seeing them spiral down the right side of your chest. I am worthy and deserving, lovable and enough, just as I am. Seeing them go down the right side of your belly. I came here to have love, joy, ease, peace and abundance. Seeing them going down the right side of your pelvis. Down your right thigh. Over your right knee, down your right calf, and over your right foot, and then seeing them going into the ground or off into the distance. Again, reading your sentence. I am worthy, deserving, lovable and enough, just as I am. I came to have love, joy, ease, peace and abundance. And this time you're just seeing your sentence go outwards, and you're going to ask your sentence to go across all time and space, all realities, dimensions and universes. And then lastly, we just finish off by seeing the sentence go across our chests. So imagine beautiful white letters going across your chest. I am worthy, deserving, lovable and enough just as I am. I came to have love, joy, ease, peace and abundance. Now this technique, let me just say thank you to the Christ Light for helping. Thank you, Christ Light. This technique you can use for anything, any situation or any belief or anything you want to change. Just make sure your sentences are in the positive and in the present tense. So I am worthy rather than I am becoming worthy or I'm not unworthy. It's I am worthy. And it works great if you can do, if you can do it on a daily basis, that's brilliant. If not, 2 or 3 times a week will make a difference. Obviously, the more often you use it, the easier and quicker it's going to work. But it works better if you change the sentences around. So obviously, if you're only using the same 2 sentences, it's a bit restrictive. So think about some of your own, and I just have some examples here that you can use too. So I am God in human form. It is my birthright to live a life of love, joy, ease, peace, abundance. And you can also add full health and vitality if you've got health problems. Everyone is responsible for their own soul growth. I am significant. I do matter. I love and appreciate myself. I accept and approve of myself exactly as I am. I have value. I deserve freedom. I am liberated. I love and I'm grateful for my inner child. I can now easily create the life I choose. No matter what I do or how I behave, I am still divinely perfect. I am so loved by God and Spirit without me rescuing or without the need to rescue. Okay, so that's just some examples, but feel free to use your own. As I say, it works better if you can keep using new sentences. So you can use the same ones every now and again, but keep choosing new ones too. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you found that useful. Much love, many blessings from my heart to yours.